Hey, welcome back to the shop. If you haven't been here before, it's probably because I do a lot of woodwork, vinyl decals and stuff. But today I am making a battery box for ice fishing. Gonna be putting the Lawrence Elite chirp in there, and then the Markham Recon camera just picked up. I'm gonna get all that in there. I got a 3D printed adapter for my Ridgid batteries, so you just slide your battery in there like that. Bought that offline, 3D printed. Already came with the terminals and stuff. I'll be running my 18-volt batteries. I got a converter coming to bring it down to 12 volt, and then I'll be putting a switch panel in here with USBs and stuff so I can charge my phone, hook up lights. So we don't need these containers, we're not using them. I'm leaving one divider in here, I believe, taking one out. This Lawrence, it's gonna sit right there, and I believe I'm gonna be putting this over here. I might just cut this tripod off so I can still pivot it. Just cut it right at the legs there, glue it to the wall of this, maybe even some screws. I think I'm gonna put that there though, or up at the top, and then it'll just come down and fold right here. Haven't got that far. I think I'm gonna mount this first, and then all my wires are gonna get ran into here. My switch panel will be right here. My battery mount is going to be up here, so I can just slide my battery in and out right there, and then it will just fold. Probably put some springs over these cords so they can bend without getting too brittle. I will have my cord wrapper upper for my camera mounted, so all that wire will go on here. That came with the camera. And then I will have a little spot engraved into the foam for my deucer and my camera to sit into so it doesn't bounce around. I think I'm going to hold everything in, a lot of it with Gorilla Glue and some CA around the seal of the base, and then like in here, this whole area will be foam after I mount these bases. Figure that where all that stuff's going to be. And then yeah, all my wires will be in here, hidden under some foam. That battery will shut. I don't know if I'll have enough room for a spare battery. Hopefully I'll try to, but yeah, maybe it'll just slide in. Oh, it wouldn't work like that. Might not have room for a spare battery. Maybe just sitting on top of the foam here or something. But yeah, let's get started on trying to figure this out. So I'm gonna mount that. Just mark it out here quick. Pull the Lawrence off in the stand. That'll go just like that. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of Gorilla Glue down on the bottom here. Stick that right on there. And then I'm covering all this with foam down here, so I went heavy on the glue. It's gonna be out in the cold and stuff. Then I'm just gonna CA around the base of it. And that will harden right away. Tip's clogged. I'm just going to put some of that down, shoot it with some activator right away. Then I don't have to hold the thing. I'll even fill these holes. Alright, so that's nice and glued in. Gorilla Glue probably ain't dry yet, but CA is holding alright. clip that back in there. However I do that. There it is. So that'll go there. And then I think this is where this is gone. Mount it up top here. I can get to this handle, tighten it, and then I can still pivot it around a little bit if I need to. So I can move it a little bit. I might cut that handle down or get a washer for this eventually, but this will get me through for now. So this, luckily this comes off. I could leave it off and get a little extra room, but I don't really need it. So I got that drilled. This little stand had this weird triangle thing, so I'm just going to use that as a washer on the back. Just flip it around. So I can put through the back there, and then spin my camera on. Tighten it up real good. Make sure it's facing the right way. I can plop the back in there. Top first. Maybe this will get me sponsored by Ridgid Fishing Team. Close that, just like that. That's perfect. So I don't think I'm gonna have too much foam there. Maybe a 1/2 inch. Maybe I'll cut it so it just fits right in there and it can't move at all. So I got that foam in there around my base. Now I just gotta kind of bring this down a good inch for that deucer or the Lawrence to sit back in there and be able to pivot. So I gotta bring the front down even a little bit more so I can pivot it towards me. And then yeah, so I marked that out. I'll just router it out, leaving the back up a little bit, just so if any pressure gets on it, it can't really break off. And then the front will be almost down to probably a 1/2 inch of foam, so I can tilt it towards me. And then this one I will route out so that just sits right in there, can't bounce around or anything. Alright, so after day number 1, this is what we're working with. Batteries mounted, so I can easily take them on and off. Screwed and glued. Camera right there. You can kind of pivot it, and then also you push it that way to unspin it, or detach it, I should say. But then it pivots both ways, up and down. Just tighten it with that handle there. I'm gonna end up gluing that down there, and then I can wrap my wire around there. I got all my wires for my Lawrence ran underneath the foam into my battery tray, and then my deucers ran underneath the foam coming up in there. I spool up my extra wire in there. Deucer sits in there. It all shuts really nice when the Lawrence isn't up. Just like that. So I'm gonna let some glue dry here on definitely this Lawrence. It keeps moving around on me. waiting for my panel from Amazon, and then I'll put a little piece of foam in there, a little bit thinner, all my wires underneath it, panel up here. It's gonna have a 2-switch thing, one to turn on my Lawrence, one for a backup, 2 USB things, one to charge that whenever I need to. I'll kind of have the cord ran up here and I can just plug it in. And then I got a little desktop lamp that plugs into USB, so I can use that, kind of bend it over my hole, and then I'll be able to see. So we're getting there. Box is almost done. Ready to do some wiring. I got a reducer that reduces the power from anywhere up to 24 volts down to 12 volts. The Lawrence won't run at anything, or it won't run at 18. I tried that. So I don't know exactly what it goes up to. I thought I read somewhere it goes up to like 15 volts, but we're just gonna go down to 12, run everything off of that. So we'll bring everything down to the 12 volts. So I got some soldering butt connectors, some quick connectors. So I am going to just wire all this up using the soldering connections like I did there. And then I put some shrink wrap over that so it's really waterproof. And then I just took one of the bins from the case that it came with, kind of cut out a piece of plastic to the shape, glued that in there, went really heavy on the glue just to make sure it holds, and that will just drop right down in there and screw down with 4 bolts. And also sanded this down so it sits level on that rib. All my wire wraps around that for the camera. So she's wired up, not mounted yet, but should all fit in down in there. Screw down like that. Plop your battery in. Moment of truth. Just like that. 12 volts. Fish finder should turn on. Maybe. Which one did I put it on? There we go. Gotta push the button, silly. So just like that. Then I got my USBs over here. And bought this little handy dandy desk light. So I'll just plug that in. Then I can come over here, press the button. 3 different little settings. I can put that over to the side, right over my hole, bend it all around wherever I need it. Light up my jigs. See in here if I need to. And then the other USB to charge my camera. I'll just string the cord across whenever I need to. Didn't want to buy another cord, obviously, so I'm just gonna run that one across instead of running it underneath the foam and stuff, because I might take it out every once in a while. Just like this, I'm gonna have to buy a different base for my boat, so I can put that in there. Maybe do an upgrade on that eventually here, but so that's pretty much it. I just gotta mount this, put a piece of foam in here, so I'll just come back with a short little clip of the finished product. But thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think about it in the comments. We'll see you next time. So I got it all into one of Ridgid stackable boxes. It's also lockable. Got the camera, flips to the side, angles all different ways, able to lock it with the handle. Camera line goes down there, extra battery. The power battery goes there, comes with the switches. Able to turn these on. Got USBs to charge the camera, phone, and also a little light.
that I can swing over to my hole, bend it all around, charge my jigs, light up the box if I need to, pull it back out, stick it right in there. Deucer's wrapped up right here. There it is. Fit it all into a crush-proof box. Carry it out there, throw it around in the back of the truck.